How's it going, everybody? If you're watching this for the first time or this is your very first video of mine watching, my name is Jameer Walton. I'm a licensed real estate agent in the state of Illinois. So I just want to get right to it. I don't want to take up too much of you guys' time, but I really want to talk about how purchasing real estate can create not only long-term wealth for you and your family, not only generational wealth for you and your family, but at the same time, you're also able to buy yourself freedom and choices in life. So this video is with the intention of somebody that's not working a regular 9-to-5 job. So you're not doing anything on the side to bring in any second source of income. And I'm just showing how just purchasing real estate, how you can produce that wealth and that freedom for yourself. So we're going to start it here just at the age of 30, okay? At the age of 30. We're going to assume the first property you're going to buy is going to have at least $300 in cash flow. Now, what is cash flow? Cash flow is the money left over from the expenses and the mortgage on the home. So if you're getting, let's say, $2,000 a month in rental income from the property, and it costs $1,000 in expenses, and your mortgage is $700, now that's $300 left over. That's considered cash flow. Now again, depending on the type of property you purchase and where you purchase it at, you can get a little more cash flow, or if you buy it at the wrong price, you can get a little bit less cash flow. But again, I'm just using 300 as an easy number for the example. So $300 a month in monthly cash flow, multiply that by 12 months, that's now $3,600. So that's, again, assuming that you're putting that money to the side every single month and you're not touching that money. Why? Because you're still working a regular 9-to-5 job and you don't need to pay that income to pay for anything else in the house. So $3,600 times 5. I put 5 meaning 5 years. So this is just with the assumption that you're only buying a property every 5 years. So this is not saying you have to be a real estate guru mastermind and you have to buy one property a year. Can you do that? Yes. But this is just assuming that you're just an average everyday person. You don't have a wealth of real estate knowledge as an investor or a real estate agent or an appraiser, and you're just buying rental properties every 5 years, which is very doable for anybody as long as you have a little bit of discipline put in place. So $3,600 times 5 years, that's now $18,000 that you have sitting in the bank liquid. With that $18,000, that is now a 20% down payment on a $90,000 home. So now you can get a nice $90,000 home as your second rental property. Now, again, we did this in the span of 5 years. So when you buy this second property, you're now at the age of 35. And in the second property, we're going to also have, again, assuming that you got it the same type of way that you got the first property, and you get $300 cash flow. So now you got 2 rental properties that's generating you each $300 a month in monthly cash flow. Now, that $3,600, again, for that same rental property, I'm sorry, for the second rental property, that $3,600 a month, that $300 a month for 12 months is now $3,600. That $3,600 times 5 years, that now turns into $18,000. So now, in the span of another 5 years, you're now at the age of 40. You got 2 rental properties, and now you got $36,000 sitting in the bank liquid cash. Well, now that $36,000 can now turn into a 20% down payment on a $180,000 home. So now, with that same money, now that $36,000 is now a 20% down payment on a $180,000 home. And again, you still got your regular job 9-to-5 income, so you're not using any other income to help you fund this. Your first rental property now funded your second rental property 5 years later. So now you purchase this $36,000 you have now between these 2 rental properties. You bought a $180,000 home. Now, because it's a $180,000 home and it's not like the second property for $90,000, you're probably going to get a little more rental income because it's probably a lot more nice, up to date. You don't have to really finish anything on the property. You don't need no rehab work. So now you're probably going to get a little bit more in the income, and you probably might purchase it in a better area also, which will also drive the rental income as well, the rental demand in that area. So now at age 40, you buy this third property, and now this property at $180,000 purchase price gives you $500 a month in monthly cash flow. Same exact formula. $500 times 12 months equals $6,000. That's $6,000 from that property multiplied by 5 years. Again, just in the span of 5 years, $30,000. So now you got $30,000 plus $18,000 plus another $18,000. for these 3 rental properties, you're now 45 years old with $66,000 now. 30 plus 18 plus 18. You now got $66,000. Now, that $66,000 is now a 20% down payment on a property that's worth $330,000. Again, because the property is a lot more in the price, you're going to get a little bit more rental income. So now at age 45, you're about to buy your 4th rental property. And again, these are being funded from your previous rental property. So your regular 9-to-5 income is not being touched. So your regular everyday lifestyle is still staying the same. Now at 45, you buy this $330,000 purchase price property. Now you're getting $750 a month in monthly cash flow. 750 times 12 months, $9,000 a year. $9,000 for 5 years, that's now $45,000. Now you multiply this 45 plus this 30 plus this 18 plus this 18. You now have, and let me just get my calculator just to confirm. So now at age 50, you now have $111,000 from your monthly cash flow within the past 5 years of your 4 rental properties. That $1,100,000 is now a 20% down payment on a property worth $550,000. Same exact formula. You're gonna get a little bit more rental income because it's a bigger property. $1,000 cash flow, $1,000 a month times 12 months, $12,000. $12,000 times 5 is now $60. So now 5 years later, when you're 55 years old, you now have $60,000 plus $45,000 plus $30,000 plus $18,000 plus another $18,000. So you now have $171,000. Well, I'm not gonna keep going on and on and on, but you can see every 5 years you're now being able to purchase more and more property. But at $171,000 at age 55 years old, that is a 20% down payment on a property worth $855,000. Very close to $1 million property. And again, you are working your regular 9-to-5 job. You are not doing anything on the side to bring in any extra source of income. Obviously, you can speed this process up if you save a little money from your taxes, your tax returns, and now you put that towards purchasing another property. You might be able to purchase a property every 2.5 years. But now the most important thing is now at the age of 55, whether you're still at the same regular job that you were at when you were 30, or whether you're at another career in your life, you're now 55 years old, that now you have $171,000 to purchase as a down payment on an $855,000 property. That might be like a 10 unit, 12 unit, 15 unit property. But at the same exact time, you now got all this cash flow that you're accumulating every month. So now if you add up all this cash flow you're getting on all these properties, you have $2,850 every single month coming in. You now have close to $3,000. If your expenses are lower than $3,000, you can leave your job. You can retire. If you got a pension, now you got this cash flow coming in plus your pension. Or if you do got another second source of income, now you can even add that income. Like, you now have choices and options in life. You can now be 55 years old, and now you can choose what you want to do if you want to retire. And the best part also is the fact that all these properties, the debt is now going down and down and down. So when you're 55 years old, that property you bought at the age of 30 might be close to being paid off. Or if you decide to sell one of those properties, you can sell one of these properties, and the money that you generated from that sale, you can now possibly use to fund your child's tuition, college tuition, or whatever it is that you want to do as a parent. But again, you now have choices. And remember what I said, every 5 years purchasing a property, and you can generate $3,000 a month in cash flow with the ability to purchase a property close to $1 million in value. So again, please, if any of these numbers, if I went too fast for you, just make sure you watch the video again. If you know any family members or friends that can also benefit from this information, definitely feel free to share the video with them. I have no issue. Also, as well, if you want to access all the other videos as well, especially with the home buying process of real estate, make sure you go to the website below as well. So again, make sure you like and subscribe the video so you can always stay updated on the new videos that's coming out. So until next time, you guys have a wonderful and safe and blessed day.